All right, ready for this one?
Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. 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 I think a man, well, there ain't enough. I think a girl are looking all the time. A good man is something that they can find. If they find one miraculously, or they try to be loving as they can be. If they find one and let him go, chances are they might not never find one no more. So they keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Move it over and grease it down. I'm running through the hot town. Oh, good luck, man. Hard is to find. Good woman needs to ease her mind. I know a few that need to ease it behind. All you gotta do is grease it down and everything is fine. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Roll it over and grease it down. I'm running through the hot town. My girl don't need no fancy gas to get herself some rough release. Any kind of blue will do. Maybe from another part of you, from the north. Lou from the south. Take a little slaughter, huh? From the side of your mouth. From your mouth, from your mouth, from your mouth, from your mouth. Roll it over. Grease it down. Here come that crazy screaming sound. Whoa, 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 whoa. So it'll go down easy. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Keep it greasy so it'll go down easy. Roll it over and grease it down. Down it. Down. Down. Grease it down.
Oh no, here comes that screaming sound again.
Leave Josie singing.
Late at night is when they come out. snakes. I look around and there's a couple right near me.
Baby snakes.
Maybe I think they can probably hear me thinking, well, I take all I can get. Baby, baby
Snakes.
yeah. They live in a ho.
Tiny home.
That is usually empty.
Usually empty.
Tiny dreams that live by a go. That is usually 17. Which that's one side of us picture and television engineers. But maybe I think that is what keeps them insane. They're waiting their pain. I think I'll give them a chance.
With the cool harmony on Hammersmithodian.
Go.
Hi, I'm Angie with Crawdaddy Magazine, and I'm here with Dweezil Zappa, who just kicks off the Zappa Plays Zappa tour tonight in San Francisco. So to start with some general questions, what made you decide to do this project?
Well, really, the music of my father is it's important to me, but I felt like a younger generation really was missing out. They didn't really know about it, and the only way for them to discover it is for us to be playing it live on stage. It's not on the radio, it's not in magazines, it's not in the media like other artists' music is, and so the good thing about it in a live situation is, you know, it really does bring people back to a different generation of musical elements. You know, you really have to play well to play this music, and
It still sounds so progressive too.
Yeah, well, I mean, the music itself is timeless, but the communal experience of seeing musicians playing, even if you don't know this music, you can appreciate it because the skill that's required to pull it off is quite obvious when you see the band.
Absolutely.
And you know, one of the great things about it, you know, as we said, is, you know, it's timeless music, but it's not nostalgia music. It really is for any generation. You know, this is unusual music in the sense that you know, my dad had no boundaries in his music. You know, he just mixed anything he wanted, you know, orchestral, jazz, rock, funk, all in one song sometimes, you know. He had a sense of humor, but that's one of the things that people actually get confused about, is they think, oh, he's got a sense of humor, so he must be comedy music or just novelty music, like Weird Al Yankovic or something, and that's not really the case. And he made over 75 albums, you know, in his career before he passed away, so, you know, that's an insane amount of work.
I was going to say, for an artist with a catalog that's that large, it's hard to know where to start with someone that's sort of a novice to his music. So,
well, one of the things that we tell people is, you know, a great place to start is the album Apostrophe, and this tour we're actually playing the whole album. We're playing it in sequence like it is on the record, and another thing about this particular tour that we're doing right now is it's really a celebration of his music. He would have been 70 years old this year, so we're doing a lot of the fan favorite songs and really making it as much of a fun party on stage, playing a lot of fan favorite songs, getting the crowd involved in the stuff. So if you haven't experienced the music before, this is a good tour to come check it out, because we're doing a lot of things that might be familiar, but, you know, a lot of fun as well.
and you're also doing some new music in addition to playing Apostrophe in its entirety. Is that correct?
Well, there's a few songs that we've never played on any other tour that we're playing on this one as well. You know, we always try to do that each time we go out on tour. We learn, you know, as many new songs from the catalog as we can, because you know, people get the impression that we're just a cover band who's going out and playing one period of the music and doing the same show all the time, but it's really not. you know, what we do. We always try to bring out new material every time because a lot of the people that come to see us multiple times. You know, there's people that have seen us
Right.
50 times, so it's
Must feel good.
well, you know, I mean, they enjoy it. They keep coming back, and you know, one of the things that I try to tell people too about it is that what we do, you know, we approach it more like it's the best analogy is it's closer to an orchestra, because Frank's music really is orchestral, and most of the time he was working with a rock band as if it was an orchestra. And an orchestra is technically a cover band. They're playing somebody else's music, but they're playing it at an elevated level. Artistically, you know, people, when they see an orchestra playing music, they think they're seeing the highest level of achievement in music, right? So, but when you hear, oh yeah, there's a tribute band playing this music, or there's a cover band playing this music, you don't really equate that on the same level. But because Frank's music really is orchestral, and the approach that you have to take to do it, you know, there's so much skill involved. It's like training for the Olympics. You
Totally.
know? So what we do is, you know, we work really hard at it, and we like people to know that, you know, yeah, you could call us a tribute band or a cover band, but that doesn't mean the music is nostalgia-oriented or your parents' music. It's current music, it's challenging music, it's sophisticated, it's great, it's fun, you know, it's all these things, so people should discover it.
Well, I understand with past tours, you've done a different set list every single night, which
Well,
that's kind of blew my mind. What are some of the
yeah.
challenges of presenting the music differently every night?
It's really a challenge to keep the stuff memorized, you know, because
Right.
there's so much. But then you also have simple, mundane tasks like how do you organize the sounds you need to play those songs that night, you know, and all these little details, you know, are really time consuming, and people don't really know how much effort goes into all
Right.
that stuff. Just to do something like change the songs every night.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you got to
pretty-
move things around. It's a challenge.
Have you ever had an interaction with a Frank superfan that takes you to task for a way you presented some of the material?
I never have. No, I mean, everybody, you know, the purpose of us doing what we do the way we do it is so that there's a good enough chance that if this is the first impression you get of Frank's music, you can A/B it, and it's going to be pretty similar. You know, that's the goal, is to be as close to it as we can, so somebody can discover Frank's music as he wanted it to be heard on these records and all that kind of stuff. And we don't deviate from, you know, what he did originally. You know, except for occasionally we'll take a song and we'll make a hybrid arrangement of something where it'll be 2 or 3 different versions put into one version. But
He would support that, for sure.
But the thing is, it's all versions that he released. So it's all something he already did. You know, we don't take something from the ground up and say, well, let's just do it our way. You know,
Right.
like you wouldn't have an orchestra playing, you know, a Beethoven piece and then have somebody, hey, let's get Kanye West to come in here and go,
Right.
yeah, Beethoven, yeah. You know, I mean, you're not going to have that.
Someone
you know?
might do that. I don't know.
It would be horrible, you know.
That's certainly not like the point of this. You're paying homage to
Right.
your dad's music. Did you grow up playing with him, or?
I played on stage with him a few times, definitely, but I've, you know, always felt like his music was so challenging, so difficult that you really had to have an education in music and a musical background to really understand it and play it well. And it took me 2 years before I even put the band together of studying. You know, so I've been doing this, you know, we've been playing live on stage for 5 years, but, you know, I was working on it for a couple years before that. So I'm into it for almost a decade now.
Right. All
Yeah.
that like technical proficiency, you
Yeah.
just have to master it. In terms of your own music, you released your first album in 1986, Having a Bad Day.
Yeah.
How do you think your dad's kind of, you know, shadow influenced kind of your own original compositions?
You know, I never even thought about any of that stuff, you know. It was just, music was something that was fun to do, and I just followed whatever the inspiration was for the music I was making. Was never concerned about if somebody making a comparison between me or my dad. And particularly now, I'm not concerned about it, you know. Doing what I'm doing, it draws the most obvious comparison, and, you know, if I was really worried about it, I wouldn't do a project like
Right.
this.
I know when you get so many accolades, I mean, it's been a really like well-received project, which,
Yeah.
you know, has to be intimidating going into something like that. I mean,
Well, you know, I mean, it's funny that we won a Grammy and all these things that you would never expect, you know, for doing something like this. But, you know, I think it's just a testament to the music being so worth the effort.
It stands on its own.
Yeah.
And you deliver it. Like,
Yeah.
great, perfectly.
We only do our best.
In terms of the archival video
Mm-hmm.
footage that you guys play behind the stage, is there anything kind of behind that story? Is it footage that you own, or is it in your family?
Well, yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's all stuff that we control. But the footage itself, we have a limited amount of things where we can do that, because to be able to make the performance work, we need it to really be only on Frank, the footage,
Sync in,
as
yeah.
much as possible, and then also have the separate audio. And so there's not that many concerts or full-length performances of things where we have the separated audio and then the isolated video.
Right.
So we have about 7 or 8 that we have that we can use that way, and
It's a really
they come
cool
from
touch.
various things. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us a little bit about Dweezilla and how you just announced your second year
Yeah, Dweezilla is a music boot camp, and
in the Catskills, right?
Yep, it's at the Full Moon Resort. That's the location. But the thing about it is, it really stemmed from everybody in the band has gone through so many changes in their own playing, and we've all come to grips with ways to learn difficult music and memorize things, and we've all learned from each other musically. So we thought, all of this wealth of information and the knowledge that we all have in the different backgrounds would be a great thing for other musicians who want a jump start to get past some of their own blocks.
It's so immersive too.
Yeah, the whole program is, it's a 4-day intensive program. It's basically 9 in the morning till midnight. There's jam sessions, there's
Yeah.
classes, there's one-on-one lessons, there's everything. There's product demos of different guitars, amps, and all kinds of things. So it's
Musician's
really,
dream. I mean,
yeah,
who wouldn't wanna
it's
do that?
basically a vacation where
Yeah.
you can learn, a lot of great stuff from a lot of good musicians.
That's cool. Congrats for pulling. I mean, that's a really
thanks.
great thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
So you're kind of finishing out Zappa Plays Zappa through the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any plans for next year you kind of like to speak to?
We definitely are going back out. We have some other things we're doing next year, probably with some special guests that are some alumni people that have played with my dad before. They'll join us here or there. But I think we're going to do a tour that's going to be announced for the summer. That's with another well-known band that is reforming for a tour. They haven't played together, but it's all, the cream of the crop musicians in the jazz world. So when it gets announced, people will be excited about
Do
it.
you want to scoop our readers?
Yeah. There's a really well-known guitar player, a really well-known keyboard player, a really well-known bass guy. So you'll see.
Cool. That's great. Well,
Yeah.
thanks so much for talking to us. And
Sure.
Really appreciate it. It's been a
No
pleasure.
problem. Thanks. All right.